Looking to bring pain and misfortune upon your enemies? Well, look no further than our polyhedral math rocks. These strange stones may seem unassuming, but make no mistake, these are dangerous weapons. Scatter them on the ground before your foes and watch them step into a world of hurt. Trick them into eating these pointy-edged bad boys with their brightly colored sides. Why do they have numbers painted on? Don't worry about it. They're polyhedral math rocks. The four-sided ones hurt the most. And now for our regular scheduled programming. Let's see what's happening in the magical metropolis of xan'moxie in this thrilling installment of Dungeons and Drag Quiz.
The three of you are being surrounded by a small army of undead soldiers. Some of them are skeletons, some of them are shambling corpses, but they are all marching towards you as Lilya sits upon her throne with Lady Madam on her lap. What do you do?
Now, you don't have to take us captive. I'm sure we can work together to get rid of this mother of maintenance.
Yes, we're not particularly fans of her anyway.
Nonsense. I'll keep you here until she finds you.
Do you want us to just ring her, maybe? Or you could speed things? No? I'm just offering suggestions, genuinely.
Could you call her? That would speed things up.
Yes, do you have a landline I could use, or... I don't get cell reception down here.
I've tried contacting her. I've tried to make my way to Repara myself. I recall the two of you preventing me from gaining this planar key.
In fairness, we had a very good reason.
What was that?
Look over there!
So where is it then? Do you have it?
I can't remember. What did we do with the planar key?
It didn't disappear, did it?
No, because you entered Repara through other means. I'm not sure if you gave it to Mura or not. You might actually have it on your person.
We didn't get rid of it, because we
No,
got
yeah,
it.
you definitely have it.
Yeah.
You either gave it to Tamura for safekeeping or you have it on your person.
Is it in your briefcase?
Yeah, I look in my briefcase. Because I haven't given it specifically.
Yeah, no, I think actually there was no time for you to put it anywhere after you stole the key from that auction and met up with Tom.
That's true.
So yeah, you still have it.
Okay.
Okay,
Still have it.
okay, let's jump back in then.
Yeah.
You mean this key? Sorry, please excuse the smugness. It is generally a part of the accent.
Halt! As the skeletons halt their advance toward you.
Does one of them just like cock its hip out like, oh, I can't believe I have to wait.
One of them's just like got a sword out, just like unsheathed and ready to go, and it's just like, oh.
Well, then hand it over.
Yes, and then you can kill Mom, and then maybe help attach my soul. Would be super fun time for everyone. Smiles.
And what would you give me in return for reattaching your soul?
This key.
But I could just loose my army upon you and take it for myself.
True.
Swallow it.
How big is this key?
So planar keys are like a bit bigger than like they're like novelty large
Shelf
keys.
it.
It's not like a ornamental key, but it is bigger than a regular key. You would have difficulty swallowing it and shelving it.
At the same time, obviously.
Especially because the key to Repara has like a gear on the end of it.
What about your familiar? Can it do something with it?
Oh yeah, can the familiar transport items? Because it can transport itself.
Yeah, I mean, Sandra doesn't really have any hands.
Oh, that's true.
So
Can she shelf it?
She can put it in her eye.
Oh no, this is getting dark.
No.
Oh my god.
Oh.
What's around us? Like, are we...
So
Skeleton army.
Yeah, so Lilya's throne room is her on this massive throne made of bones.
The bone throne.
The bone throne from the bone zone. Lady Madam sitting on her lap. There is a long banquet table behind you where Snapdragon, Flapdragon, and Callisto are seated. They were playing cards, but now they're just watching as you are surrounded by the rest of these undead soldiers who will have about like a 1.5, 2 meter distance from each of you.
Are they wearing masks?
Of course. Can't be too safe.
You are correct. Those are interesting predicaments on the table. I would like to counter with a Snapdragon.
That's me!
Yes, Snapdragon. Your time to shine is now.
And Snapdragon just flies up into the air and begins sparkling and flies around the room. Yay!
Are you quite done?
I was going to get them to sing, but I feel like this is not the right time.
I'm curious. What does the Mother of Maintenance want with the three of you?
Most certainly murder. Of us. Look, we may have previously found our way into her realm and decided not to be fixed in her various forms or thoughts about what needed to be fixed.
Definitely wasn't emotional.
Emotionally, we are fine. Thank
Totally
you for asking.
fine. It was just
Yes.
a couple of us had some chips on our shoulders. It was a anyway. We're
You
fine.
literally had something growing out of
No, I did. I did have a leg at one point, but we saw. Did we saw it off? I feel like we got rid of it.
Enough! Well, will you give me the key or not?
What's the key made of?
Roll me a history check. Or an arcana check, whichever's higher. Maybe the same for you.
You've got disadvantage anyway.
I guess you have disadvantage because you're so tired.
What's the? I just have to roll.
Roll twice and take the low result.
That's real sad.
Could have been
It
good.
Could have been a 20. Instead, it's a 12.
It looks metal to you. You think that it's probably made of like some kind of magical metal, but you're not quite sure.
Like, is it crushable?
You don't think it could be just by like the size of it. Maybe you could snap it.
If you snapped it, could you swallow it?
If it was snapped, it would have an easier time going down anyone's mouth.
Or other orifice?
It's still got one of the ends is still a gear, so.
But also, Mum is, this is, how do I say? You can't kill her without finding all of her origin points.
What do you mean? I'm curious.
Well, how do I put this? So, she is a computer, and from what I understand about the computer in my house, it's very difficult to log on. And sometimes I forget my passwords, and I have to get one of my servants to, I call him password. And he comes and he's like, which device are you logging on to? Is it the app? Anyway, long story short, she has downloaded herself into multiple platforms across the universe. And at any one time can be re-uploaded to the memories of her current self. And therefore it's quite indestructible unless you find out where all of her origin parts.
Interesting. This is new information.
You're welcome.
Needless to say, once I conquer Repairer, I can deal with these backups afterward. Once I take Repair for myself, I shall control Repairer, and she won't be able to access it.
Have you got something broken? Why are you so eager to get it?
I wish to rule Repairer.
Yeah, but why?
Having dominion over broken things would expand my repertoire exponentially.
I don't know if you've ever been there before, though, but it's kind of awful.
I've got an army. I'm a powerful necromancer. I simply need to get to where Mum is and destroy her.
Why haven't you considered hell? I don't want to make presumptions about what a necromancer does or does not want to do, but hell seemed a bit more fitting than a junkyard.
Hell is far too prominent, too public. Repair is just right. It has the right amount of body parts and bones
For what?
to expand my reach, of course.
What if you need to go in and fight against Mum, and we need your soul to be reattached? What if we assist you in the assault, and once we defeat Mum, you agree to reattach the soul.
Yes, think about it like a sneak attack. Like, if Mum is preoccupied chasing us, then you can, I don't know, upload a recipe to her mainframe. I don't know. I've been expanding into pancakes.
This is an interesting proposition. I am positively puzzled by how the three of you could have escaped her grasp. You seem incapable.
Resourceful. Sorry, I
yeah.
was trying to do that thing where I matched
Sandwiches.
the words at the same time.
Yes,
Okay.
you can't
Yeah.
put capes on us. We are incapable.
My point exactly. And yet here you stand.
Well, I'm having a sip, but that's because I'm a bit tired.
I agree to these terms. If you aid me in my assault upon Repairer, then I will reattach your soul.
That's great.
Can we do it the other way around? Because I'm a little bit stronger that way. It's
Very well. Where is it?
Oh, it is
Go-
with a lizard
We've got to go get it.
in xan'moxie.
You step into my domain without informing me of your arrival, and you did not think to bring me the very thing that you require me for.
Look, the same logic that you had about us defying logic about existing is also the same logic that we exist by. We'll just nip out, come back in. We can leave the key here as how do you say, collateral?
Very well.
Key lateral.
I like that. That was funny.
I felt that was strong.
Pretty original.
That was a good one.
What about the rest of you? What do you think about them?
Well, and this whole time, Lady Madam has just been sitting here, just listening intently. Miriam, Cleo, and Tom are the best. I love them. They're capable in a fight. They've saved our lives many times. I trust them, Madam. Yes, they are quite capable and can perform well beyond their social appearance. I believe they could help you take her down.
Stop it.
Oh,
You're too
correct.
yes.
Too correct.
And they always compliment me flaps.
They are remarkable flaps.
Great flaps. Good size.
You will need your own way to assault Repairer if we're to do a pronged assault. If you leave the key with me, my plan is to shift my entire fortress directly into Repairer.
Okay.
Ooh, that's
Should you not wait for us, though? If you go do that, she's going to see you. Don't you want us there distracting first?
But of course, you will be the bait.
That's probably not what I meant.
and then
I-
this.
I guess it is what I said, isn't it?
Well,
I just didn't.
rather than us being the bait, and go with me here, you are the much more obvious force, a whole fortress appearing in their domain. They would be looking straight at you, while we could go in as a crack squad and unplug her, or something like that.
I see your point.
I wonder if we turned her off and on again, if she'd be better.
It is part of the manual.
I agree to these terms as well. How soon can we start?
Well, we can. If you can zap us back to xan'moxie, we get the soul. You plug us in. We attack in a couple hours.
Tom, do you need some help? You don't look great, though.
Tom will nap.
I will nap on the way.
You look positively deathly.
What if I nap here? What if you go get the soul? Have you got a nice bed I could nap in for a little bit?
I suppose I could find some quarters for you.
I mean, it's in your best interest, because if I'm in a better space, I fight better, I look better.
Why the rush? Why not plan for several more days? Do you have somewhere you'd rather be?
No, we can do that. I just thought you wanted to,
There is the court case.
Yes.
Allegedly, it's a whole big thing.
Yes, I thought you just would like to get in there and beat up that computer as soon as possible. You've been waiting a very long time.
I've been waiting many eons to get my revenge.
You know what? Maybe there's a good doctor in xan'moxie that can help you get better faster. And we can just pay a little bit up front if that's what it takes.
I've been waiting quite some time, and I'm happy to wait a couple days. Is what I was trying to say before you interrupted me.
You've got these dramatic pauses, and sometimes it's hard to read when you're going to finish the. I'm going to stop talking. You look very intimidating.
So how many days do you require?
1 day to rule them all.
Very well. I will begin preparations. Leave the key with me. You'll require your own means of accessing Repairer.
Yes. So we won't come back here then. We'll see you in Repairer. Is that the plan?
Yes. No. We have to come back here first to get my soul reattached.
Correct. And I will not attack without your command.
And then
We need
we
to
go
coordinate our assault.
and sneak in. And then you appear. Yes.
Okay. Yes, that makes sense.
No, you've misunderstood. I will lead the assault and crash my fortress into Repairer,
Right.
unleash my army of undead soldiers, and attack front on. The three of you will sneak in and take Mom down from behind.
That's right.
Have you got a delivery that maybe came recently and you've got a nice box lying around? Perhaps like a grocery bag or something. Me a nap on.
That can be arranged.
Oh, great.
Tom, I was saying, for time, maybe we could go find a doctor to see you in xan'moxie and see if they can get you back up to 100% a bit quicker than napping for 3 days in a row.
I mean, I do like to nap for 3 days.
I
in a
know
row,
you're
but
partial
I understand
to naps,
that
and I don't want to be the person who stands in between you and a nap.
I mean, it feels like that's what you're doing, though, isn't it, Miriam?
know. We can discuss this on the way.
You certainly can.
Have you got a box I could take with me, maybe? Like, I could sleep in it in there. I'm just very tired.
I must step away. Speak to the annoying one.
Which one's that?
Yes.
That's me!
Oh, baby.
Oh, no, Snapdragon.
Oh.
I'm also here. I'm just not saying anything because I'm very reverent toward the mistress of this domain.
Mm-hmm. Incredible how you can still somehow convey that you're gesturing with hands when you are literally just a skull.
Hey, that doesn't mean anything to the people who are listening via audio.
True. Then Miriam winks at the camera.
Lady hops off of Lilya as Lilya steps down from her throne and steps away. And the undead soldiers begin retreating.
Did they actually just retreat? Like, because a retreat to me is like running off scared for their lives as they've lost the battle.
They've returned to their skeleton holes.
That's a euphemism.
Cool. So how do we get to xan'moxie? Did we establish that?
So when we entered this plane, was there like a handy dandy portal?
There isn't.
Okay, let's talk to the people who are already here that we know that might be able to help us.
Yes.
Maybe
I'm the annoying one!
Yes, you are, Snapdragon. And you've been here for some time, right?
Oh, it's been so lovely. Mistress Lily is very scary, but we have a place to live. And Mom's not trying to kill us anymore.
That's for
great.
long. Are you going to be inside the fortress when she teleports you there, I suppose?
Probably. We'll have the best view.
Right. Well, I love the confidence that you have in your new undead mistress. I just wondered, you think generally she's a good person? Well, as good as a person who can control an undead domain called the Bone Zone can be?
I'll field this one, Snapdragon, as Callisto steps forward.
Great.
Lilya Mortress is a terrifying woman. She's very powerful. You've seen firsthand what she is capable of. But Lady seems to think she's all right.
I look at Lady.
Oh, they've already walked off.
They've gone off together. Got it.
That makes sense.
And so, just for perspective, because I thought Lady Madam was quite a large woman already.
Oh, yeah, she's like 7 feet tall.
And she was sitting in her lap.
Yeah.
So Lilya's massive.
Well, it was more like I think the throne is massive. Like,
Okay.
Lilya is she's not like a small woman, but
Right. Just
I think-
a powerful woman.
yeah.
Got
There was definitely like a size difference thing going on.
Okay, no, I'm into it.
Like a new kink.
Yeah, great. Okay, so we've got Callisto and Snapdragon.
I do wonder about what she would happen was she too will both displane and repair her, but she keeps us safe for the moment.
Yes, indeed.
What has she said about why she wants to do that?
We haven't had the chance to ask very much from her. We typically only speak to her when we are spoken to, but she has interrogated us all thoroughly about the events of Repara. She already knew a lot of the things you told her.
And Callisto, you yourself are a powerful sorcerer, I believe. Are you able to transport us back to xan'moxie if you could?
Planar travel is quite a difficult feat for any one individual, but I believe Lilya was offering you the use of our Rift Drive engine, the one that we used to get here.
Fabulous. Yes, that would be good. Do you know if it has a key to get back to xan'moxie in it?
I fixed it! I've attuned it to xan'moxie. In fact, it's yours. Yes, we had discussed that if you had ever showed up, we would give it to you as a show of thanks.
Well,
That is lovely.
that's very sweet. You know what? I don't say this often, but we don't make many friends on our adventures, and I would say this is very nice.
You saved our lives.
And now you're saving ours.
I've changed it to make it more fun.
What's that mean?
I've put in upgrades.
Were they necessary?
Absolutely.
All right.
Does it travel in time? I've just always wanted to time travel and just throwing it out there.
I could make an upgrade for that. It might tear away the fabric of space and time, but it'll be fun.
Do it.
We can hold off for the moment, but perhaps in the future.
We will just travel in space for the time being. Is it in that big blue box over there?
Yes, someone take that box off of it. We're just keeping the dust off of it.
Looks ridiculous. Why would there be anyway?
Yeah, a telephone box, telephone box shaped cardboard box. As Snapdragon and Flapdragon lift this blue cardboard box off, revealing a dark metal cube, much like the one that you saw back in Repara.
And then Tom goes into the box and like curls up at the end.
See, this is what happens. I look at Cleo. Like, no, Tom, you have to get up. Up. I'm folding away the box.
Don't want
I'm
to.
folding it.
I'll show you the upgrades as Snapdragon flies around it, begins explaining them to you. And now I'm going to hand this over to you, the players.
Oh.
So you now have a Rift
Don't
Drive
hate.
engine, and you can use it to travel between planes if you have the planar key for it. So currently in your possession, you have the planar key to the Bone Zone. You have the planar key to Repara that Lilya didn't explicitly take, but I think if you didn't leave it on the banquet table, she would probably kill you. And this Rift Drive engine is also just attuned to xan'moxie, so it can always travel back to xan'moxie. So I'm just going to send you a list of things.
How will our heroes get out of this one? Find out after these messages.
Hello, Tammies. Welcome back to Tamura Talk, the only obcast that isn't an Iskavian psyop. I'm your host, Tamura, here always with some fantasy advice for your fantasy life. Today's obcast is sponsored by the exalted Empire of Iskavia. Glory to Iskavia. I'm joined as always with my special guests, my housemate Miriam, my niece Cleo, and my good friend Tom. Say hello.
Hell.
Yell.
On to today's question. Dear Tamura, I'm thinking about moving to xan'moxie. How did you decide to move there? From looking for a fresh start. Well, I have, look, I don't want to talk too much about what I was doing before xan'moxie, so why don't I ask my special guests? How could you help our friend here?
Well, I suppose the reason that you'd want to move somewhere is not just because you want a fresh start, but also because you want a fresh outfit. And what better thing to do than move to xan'moxie and go shopping? It's got some great stores.
You can kill a lot of people shopping in this town. It is very fun.
We've got several different types of cheese, and some of the mushrooms are real nice too. And if you mix them together, well, what you've got. You've got mushroom and cheese.
Yeah, you could be a city slicker wearing new slacks, eating a mushroom and cheese toasty.
While
Think
stabbing someone, apparently.
Yes.
But how did you three move here? Are you obviously Cleo and I are from Yascavia. Cleo moved here long before I did. But Miriam, I don't actually know. Are you from xan'moxie?
We're from the outer suburbs, I suppose. But I don't speak with my family much anymore, and they still live up in the family estate out that way. So I suppose I moved here because my interests included large park wilds, which are surrounded by city centers. And I suppose that didn't happen to cross over with my family's interests, so I suppose I left because we had a difference of opinion.
Miriam, maybe you're clenching that cup. Really, it looked like it's going to smash.
Are you all right?
The cup was broken when I picked it up. Thank you. I will have no further questions at this time.
We might need to get you a new tea then. Oolong, is it?
Yes!
Okay, Miriam. How about someone else speak now? Who has non-traumatic memories about moving to xan'moxie?
Well, they didn't start off traumatic. They were all right. I came here because I heard they got lots of good produce. But they have become more traumatic in the subsequent years. But it's all not true. I'll have you know that innocent until proven guilty. And those mushrooms were already mine.
And Cleo, you have some happy memories about xan'moxie?
No.
Okay, well, move to xan'moxie. It's a wonderful place. You'll make lots of happy memories here and be free of any trauma.
You can buy slacks.
All different kinds of cheese.
No.
Remember, don't trash talk, Tamura talk.
Miriam, you need a plaster or healing potion or...
I need to be alone.
Why is everyone in the city so broken? Hey everyone, it's me, Peak, your Dungeon Master. Welcome to the early mid-roll for this episode. At the moment, while this episode was being recorded, the players are currently reading a sheet with the mechanics for the Rift Drive engine and the associated upgrades and drawbacks that they can choose from. If you'd like to see that list for yourself, it's going onto our Patreon as bonus content. Simply sign up to a $10 a month tier or higher to get access to the Rift Drive engine rules, if you're curious, or maybe you want to incorporate it into your own campaigns at home. You'll also get access to some bonus micro episodes that are up there, as well as a Citizen Spotlight shoutout on the podcast from the $5 tier. Just head to patreon.com/DNDQAU if that sounds like your kind of thing, or if you just want to support the show. Editing a podcast can be very time consuming, so your contribution helps me spend the time that I need to put an episode together with a little more peace of mind. To all of our existing Patreon supporters, we appreciate you so much. Thank you as always for supporting the show. So again, that's patreon.com/DNDQAU. And that's about it for today, so why don't we head on back to the episode? And we're back. I just showed everyone a list of upgrades to pick from to customize your brand new Rift Drive engine that Snapdragon has customized all by herself. And of course, being Snapdragon upgrades, they also have a drawback. So this Rift Drive engine has been given the upgrades compact and efficient. So it can be compacted down to a cube that you can carry around on your person, and it costs only a quarter of the essence tank to do a planar jump instead of half the tank, which is pretty good. But you've also been given the flashy drawback, which will make a lot of noise while you're booting it up, which will take a minute, and will appear in a spectacular storm of planar energy. As Snapdragon finishes explaining all these upgrades and changes to you, what do you think? And you'll appear, it'll be bam, crash. It'll be beautiful.
That doesn't sound like a good thing.
But you can carry it out in your pocket.
I do like pocket carrying.
And if I took away the pocket carrying, it wouldn't be as flashy. They're all intertwined.
Why couldn't you make one without the other?
I don't have to explain my process to you.
Wow, you just got really sassy.
That was good. I like that.
But look, if you're not happy with these upgrades, I can make some new ones. But
No. This is great. Thank you. We've never had such a nice gift.
It's a great gift.
He's just not had much sleep, Tom.
No, but I'm serious. If you wanted some different upgrades, I can't do it for free. You'd have to bring me some spare parts, but you could pick 2 new upgrades and you'd have a brand new drawback.
Ooh.
Oh, that sounds really great. I think we'll stick with what we've got.
So to reiterate, you will be returning to xan'moxie with the Rift Drive engine, and you'll be returning here within the day.
Yes.
Yes, that's the plan. And we're gonna leave this, and I take the key, the key to what's it called? Repairer, and we'll put it on the giant table.
Sure. And you place this large key with a gear on the end of it, not the tooth side, the decorative side.
Yeah. And we'll place this here.
And we will keep this one, and I hold the key with a bone, I presume, on the end of it.
Yeah, I was imagining more a skull, but whatever works.
A skull is a bone.
It's very on the nose. Yeah, but specifically.
Well, ironically, it's not, because noses aren't bones. They are actually
No, they're cartilage.
But there's no skull. There's no nose on a skull.
Exactly, so it can't be on the nose.
Right.
And that is the sound of Peak hating AJ.
Can we cut that, please?
And I suppose you want to stay here too, BB.
I could come with you.
Oh, okay.
But I could also remain here. I mean, I would get a body if I stayed here, but...
I pull Miriam aside and was like, remember that time I feel like we've carried the skull before. Wasn't Sabrina's uncle?
Oh, it's better for you if you stay here.
Yes. Your life will be better for it. Trust me, we had this whole thing and there was a marriage and an ice and the darkness.
Yes, there was an ancient god. Anyway, we escaped. So, good news. You can stay here and get a body, and we're going to go pick up soul, foot, lizard person, and undead dragon. Well, also, we're going to get you in to see a doctor.
Yes, if we could book on an app ahead of time, that would be good.
You still have the sword on you. Lilya kind of just left without paying. She didn't even ask for the key back. She just left with ladies. So you still have this sword. Just clarifying whether or not you're taking it with you. She would be pretty mad if you took it, but...
I'm going to place it next to the key and spit on it. But I can barely muster up enough saliva. It's like a really pathetic
Well, I'll be getting you body. See you around. Have fun.
All right.
BB just rolls away.
Stay cool, BB.
You know it.
Bye.
I didn't know him long, but I liked him.
Yeah, I mean, most of the skeletons and stuff here, they're not very personable, really speak. Seems quite unique.
Yeah. It's a keeper.
But you just let him go.
Good luck. I'll see you soon, I suppose. Have fun with your new toy.
Yes, thank you so much, Callisto. We really appreciate it. And you too, Snapdragon.
It probably won't explode.
That's the spirit.
No. What have we accepted?
Cleo walks in whilst humming randomly. She must have heard it on the radio.
As you step up to the Rift Drive engine, you can see the interface light up. It's been fixed by Snapdragon, so now it functions as intended. And you can see that it has a full essence tank. But also on its side, you can see propped up against it is also a canister of essence, which you could use to refill half the tank. So with your efficient upgrade, you could make 6 jumps with this Rift Drive engine before having to refill it.
How big is the canister?
It's about as tall as the Rift Drive engine, I think.
Oh, so it's quite big.
Yeah, they're quite large. They're like industrial canisters.
Okay.
Will that also get compacted?
No, you'll have to carry that. Or keep it in a carriage or something.
All right. I guess I'll hold on to this one, and then she hoists it up on her back.
And then I'm imagining there's a big button that says xan'moxie.
It's a very gestural interface, like a lot of the technology in xan'moxie. And as you there's a setting to just go home. We just set to xan'moxie.
So there's a little dog that says Lassie.
Huh?
No, never mind.
I got
Doesn't
no,
matter.
E.T. I meant E.T.
There we
Sorry.
go.
My brain's mashing references together, everyone. I'm sorry.
I got the reference
It's
from
same
the wrong
era.
source.
Yes, error. I stop hitting the dog logo and then hit the alien in a
Alien
basket
button.
wearing a shawl.
Yeah, no, that's the xan'moxie button.
Great.
So as you do that, you just see the little essence meter just deplete a little bit as the rift drive engine begins to quiver as smaller black cubes begin to lift off of it and float around and begin to arrange themselves into a matrix.
Yes. Okay, and just before I put the box of swords next to
Yes, just as the rift drive engine is like blasting off, you just place a box of assorted swords on the banquet table next to the planar key and the grey skull blade.
Yes.
As you disappear in a flash of green planar energy. And where in xan'moxie did you want to go?
Because we get relative options.
Well, because especially because it is xan'moxie and it's somewhere you're so familiar. I think if you picked a district of xan'moxie, you would show up in that district pretty reliably.
Do we need to get the key first or go to the doctors first? I mean, not the key, the soul.
Well, they're at your mansion, aren't they? Or they're at my house, my apartment.
They're your apartment.
Okay.
And you're closer to all of the hubbub. I'm a bit further out in the
Sure,
Yeah,
I'm
Miriam's downtown.
Downtown.
So
All right.
downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, so Cleo, as the one who activated it, you were just thinking, take me to downtown xan'moxie as you turned it on. So I'm just going to roll a d20 and see how close you get to your intended location.
I wonder if we're gonna explode someone's hot dog stand.
Oh boy, that's a 2. You explode someone's hot dog stand. So back in xan'moxie, there is just it's Hot Dog Street downtown. It is just the street in downtown xan'moxie with the competing hot dog carts. They're all just yelling at like anybody who forgets that this is Hot Dog Street and wanders in, and they are suddenly accosted by the many voices of the hot dog sales people. It's late afternoon. As the hot dog vendors are just yelling at anyone who would walk by, and suddenly the wind begins to pick up and sparks begin to fly from the center of the street. Green lightning begins arcing out all around. Windows shatter. You hear this distant sound of babies crying as a green pillar of energy just lances out from the ground, completely destroying a hot dog cart. And in its place is now the Rift Drive engine in its inactive form, just the large black 5x5 foot cube with the 3 of you standing around it.
Pack it up.
Beep, beep, beep. As you condense the Rift Drive engine into its compacted form with just a press of a button, and it just shrinks down to a Rubik's Cube size, and you're able to just slip it away as the chaos isn't even noticed by the other hot dog vendors. You hear someone say, what's the big idea? We're not doing any fancy tricks to try to get customers.
I wouldn't mind a hot dog, you know.
One falls into your hand.
It's steaming.
I just need a bit of ketchup, though.
Mustard
Is it
falls
also
down.
I love that. It's like, I need this thing.
Yeah. All right, that will do.
And you're back in xan'moxie with a brand new Rift Drive engine. Someone should keep track of the fuel.
Okay, so I'm still carrying it.
Well, you've got the canister,
I've got
but
the canister.
Cleo has. I assume Cleo compacted it and you're holding it.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, once you jump again, you'll be able to.
Connect it and do
Yeah,
that.
and won't have to carry anymore. So yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, I think perhaps we get you in to see a good old Dr. Cleric, and see if we can get you back up to 100%. That sword really took it out of you.
Yes, it did.
Oh boy. Can I open up my scrying orb?
You sure can.
And I don't know if Miriam would have a family doctor here in xan'moxie.
I feel like you would.
Yeah. But,
You-
no,
you s-
well, I was going to say, but she would have the cousin of a family doctor who is also a doctor.
Yeah, so like wherever the family doctor from where you came from, this is their distant cousin.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Well, now's a good time to mention that like nothing really exists outside of xan'moxie other than like just the void, because it's like
Right.
xan'moxie itself is like just the city.
Got
And
it.
outside of the city walls is like not even city walls. It kind of just becomes planar void.
Mm.
So like the sunken harbor continues off and eventually gets to the elemental plane of water, and like the rest of the city just infinitely expands. But if you travel far enough, you'll just go to the void. But people also, if people talk about coming from like from elsewhere to xan'moxie, it's usually like via planar travel. So like the outer suburbs could just refer to like just some plains or areas in the planiverse that are near xan'moxie.
Great. Yeah. We'll figure out what that looks like at some point.
At some point.
At some point. Yes. So, yes, the cousin of the family doctor who is also a practicing doctor in xan'moxie. I look up his contact card and call.
Why is the doctor a man?
He's not.
He's called Dr. Man.
Yes. Dr. Man Cleric.
Dr. Man Cleric.
Yeah. So this is the cousin.
The cousin.
You call up the Dr. Man Cleric. Hello, this is Dr. Man Cleric. Despite the name, I am a woman. She, her.
And I am so thankful for that. You are such a trusted practitioner. Listen, it's Miriam Gargoyles. I have a close friend of mine, Tom, who's not feeling too well. Do you have an opening today?
Think I could fit you in. Sure, but I have to charge up front. Is that okay?
Sure. What is the rate?
Oh, I mean, this is a beautiful, well-functioning city with universal healthcare, so it'll just be a couple xan'moxie.
Okay. I look at the entire contents of my wallet. Yes, that'll be fine.
I kind of see Miriam do that, and it's like I just reach into my bag and just chuck coins. Some like land in hot dogs on the floor. Like
We know what xan'moxie dollars look like now. What do
do
the
they?
coins look like?
Oh.
I think the coins look like D4s. No, not to be that meta, but like the actual shape is like these
Right,
little,
they're like triangular.
Yeah,
Seems
little-
impractical. Like people
Like a
carry
lot
them
of
in their
coins
pockets.
are. Yeah,
But these they have points. Like you're gonna spike yourself.
but I imagine like, do you know like in our universe where you have like round coins and you put them in machines and they slot in and they slide? Like I imagine like these type of devices, like they plug into things to turn them on to activate.
So is it like a flat triangle or is it like a pyramid shape?
It is a flat triangle.
Okay, I misunderstood.
Oh no, because I was imagining flat triangle, but then you said plug in, and I was like, wait a minute.
That's
Is
why
it a
I thought you
pyramid?
meant a literal pyramid.
No, it's
a
like- I
triangular
don't have-
pyramid.
No, triangle. Yeah,
It's like, yeah,
Okay.
I would be fine with pyramids as well, but
Okay,
flat,
great.
flat triangles also works.
Great.
flyangles.
Xan'moxie flyangle. Yeah, so we'd be a couple flyangles. No worries, just come down to my practice. I've got an opening in the next 15.
Fabulous. We'll be there soon.
Wonderful.
We're here.
And you head up. You look up and you notice that you're right outside Dr. Van Cleric's practice in downtown xan'moxie.
It didn't take us where we wanted to go, but where we
A
needed
rich
to be.
character. Very rich character. Okay, great. Yeah, we go into the reception.
You walk into the reception. There are some people sitting in the waiting room, just quietly. Some of them are just on their scrying orbs. You see an orc man.
Are they all wearing masks?
Of course.
It's a fantasy world.
It's a fantasy world. Of course they're wearing masks. And they're cool masks. And they're all sitting like a few people apart as well. There is an orcish man sitting behind the reception desk, where there is, of course, this plane of energy that is just shooting up between you and his face. But you can see him quite well. Howdy.
Hello, my name's Miriam Gargoyles. I've been here before, but I'm actually trying to get... we've got an appointment with Dr. Man Cleric. Very strong, intelligent woman. Anyway, Tom here, he's got an appointment in 15 minutes, so he just needs to sign up for the first time.
Very well, I'll just do the paperwork for you, and the three of you will be going in.
I can do it alone. It's all right.
If you prefer, Tom, it's your appointment.
He might ask some questions that I might not want to answer in front of somebody else.
Oh, of course, the paperwork is private, but I mean, this appointment, is this like a venturing party situation where you just need to pop in for a second for some quick healing?
Yes.
Very good. I'll just check this box. Take a seat, and he hands you a clipboard to fill out. Tom sets up his medical record.
Yes! We did it, guys!
We got to
admin.
admin.
Excruciating detail for the next hour. But no, you fill it out. You have opened an account here at Dr. Man Cleric's firm.
But you know what? On that medical record, they have all of the pronouns, every field imaginable that is correct and proper.
Exactly.
It's all there. And they don't have to ask any awful questions.
Tom's
Exactly.
filling out his sexual history. I don't see how this really matters, but all right.
And I love there's extra categories too. It's like recent clothes purchase history. Like I bought a scarf 2 weeks ago, I think. Like they have detailed records of who's buying what attire. Because this is a fashion-based world.
Of course.
Yeah.
As you hand the clipboard back to the orc. Oh, okay. Well, since you've bought a scarf so recently, I can just send you in right now. You skip the queue a bit.
Thank
Go right
you.
ahead. Dr. Man Cleric's office is right there.
Knocks on the door.
Come in.
I've got an appointment.
I said come in.
Oh, all right. Hello.
And is it just you, Tom, or did Miriam and Cleo go as well?
Just me.
All right.
Because I was worried about potentially having to answer some questions in front of people.
Hi, Tom, was it?
Yes.
Nice to meet you. I'm Dr. Man Cleric, and you see a beautiful elven woman sitting behind a medical desk, which is a regular desk, except it's covered in medical documents. She's got an orb terminal on her desk, and could you make me a perception check, please?
With disadvantage?
With disadvantage, because you are very tired. Oh. You see a newspaper clipping that's framed just behind her desk that just says, Spherica scientists lost in facility accident. And you see a bunch of faces, one of which looks pretty similar to Dr. Man Cleric. And you also recognize this face as Margaret, the woman from the Spherica facility who you briefly resurrected and let die.
Oh, in the picture, not
In the picture,
person.
yes.
Okay.
Which canonically has happened
Which
now?
canonically has
Yeah.
happened
Yeah.
sometime between when you got back from hell and now.
Great. Okay.
But yeah, you see Dr. Man Cleric bears a striking resemblance to Margaret.
Oh, okay, right.
So, Tom, what brings you into my practice today?
Margaret?
Hmm?
Nothing. You just look.
I mean, my name is Margaret. I was named after my grandmother.
That's. Did you ever meet her?
Yeah, I grew up with her
I see.
until she died in that horrible lab accident.
Yeah, that was terrible. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, it's all right. It was quite a long time ago.
I
Anyway,
promise I did everything that I could. Anyway,
What?
So I'm just
So you knew her?
no, we're
Seemed a
past
bit
that now.
young to.
Yeah, exactly. So I've not met her.
Oh, it seems like a cruel joke that you would.
Oh no.
But I can see that you're under a lot of stress. You
I
seem
am.
supremely.
Yeah.
What happened? Are you?
I got a big sword. Then I had really big hair. I got really big, and then I got regular size again, and now I'm tired.
But more than 8 hours didn't pass while you were still big.
What?
You return to regular size in a regular time?
Yeah, like an hour or something.
Oh, it sounds like you just need to sleep it off.
No, I want something.
I could give you some electrolyte beverage.
That made me better.
Well, I mean, if you're going to go that hard, you can just, you have to relax afterward and take time to replenish your energy.
The problem is I've got a bit of a deadline and I don't have time to just rest it off.
And this deadline, you need your big sword again.
No, I'm never touching that again.
So what's the problem then?
Well, this is really shaking me, and I've got something I've got to go do, and I can't do it in this state because I won't be able to do it properly, and I just want some sort of pill or something that's going to make me better.
Well, I think I could... I could reduce some of the exhaustion that you have, not completely. It would be far too irresponsible of me to use so much restorative magic on you.
No, I don't mind. You can be irresponsible with me.
Well, it would have long-lasting effects on your overall life expectancy.
Such as?
Well, you die sooner.
But like how soon?
Tom, do you know how healing magic works?
Not really, no.
Kind of just borrowing years off the end of your life.
Right, but like how many years have I got if I didn't do that?
Oh, it's probably like a day or two.
Wait, what? I've only got a day left.
I'd be taking a day or two.
Oh, that's
to
fine.
Take off just a little bit. But if you wanted all of it gone today, that might shave a bit extra off.
What were you thinking, like a week?
Maybe a year.
Well,
a lot of magic in one go.
Okay, but how many years have I got? I'm trying to work out percentage-wise, is it worth it?
How old are you, Tom?
Well, a lady never tells. Oh, but right. A man, however, doesn't really matter because it never doesn't really negatively impact any part of his life, regardless of what age he is. So,
yeah, it's weird how we
case,
have such a progressive society here in xan'moxie, but we still have some of the trappings of a different society.
It's very problematic, but it's for another time, I guess. I guess I'm probably 27.
Right, and and what do you do for work, Tom? You seem like you use your hands a lot.
Yes, I'm a chef. I cook very good food, legally.
Right. Are you sure you want to know how long you probably have left to live?
Sure. I mean, it's going to help me make an informed decision about what I do right now.
I mean, if you keep, if you keep living the lifestyle that you seem to be living.
And what lifestyle is that exactly?
Well, just based on observations that I can see from various areas around your body, like the despair that I can see behind your eyes.
Well, that's just due to the big sword, isn't it? If you could fix it, I wouldn't look like this.
Oh, no, I think it goes much deeper. You've made some...
I'm sorry, what kind of doctor are you?
Kind of an everything doctor.
Well, that just seems irresponsible, doesn't it? How are you supposed to focus in on and get good at a certain thing?
I'm very good at what I do. I'm interdisciplinary.
Well, I don't care what you're into.
Look, Tom, all I'm saying is you should probably go a bit easier on yourself, and you'll live to a nice, ripe old age.
Of?
Average tabaxi life expectancy, which I'm not actually sure off the top of my head. But if you keep living the way you do, you might lead yourself to an early grave. I mean, you're dripping seawater.
Oh, that's another thing. We're going to deal with that later. We've just got a couple of other more pressing issues to deal with right now, and then we'll deal with the whole seawater situation. It's... I've grown to like it, actually. It keeps me cool. It means that I've always got that, like, just got out of the surf look with my hair. Some people pay lots of money for that. So I'm actually quite... So, I'd just appreciate it if you'd not really be talking about my appearance so much.
I do apologize. I was just... it looked like you were under some kind of sea witch's curse or something, which I could not treat, by the way. That is not technically medicine.
I don't believe that I filled out that kind of information in the questionnaire, so I don't think we should be talking about that.
Yeah,
really.
of course. Look, how about this? I can do a little bit of healing, send you home, have a big, nice rest, a big, long rest, and you'll probably wake up tomorrow only feeling a little bit exhausted.
Let me think about it.
Or I could pump a lot of healing magic into you right now and have you back to no exhaustion, and you might die one day when you're not expecting it.
Well, are we ever expecting it, though?
And she just glances back over to like the newspaper clipping.
Oh no! Oh my god! No, that's fine.
I guess you're right, Tom.
Did we work out how long I'm going to live?
Oh, maybe 30 years if you're lucky. Not age 30, but 30 more years. You seem like you get yourself into a lot of trouble, and people in your line of work tend to die a lot sooner.
What work is that? Toasty makers.
Chefs.
What are they dying of?
/ adventurers. Because clearly, why else would you have a sea witch's curse?
Well, I think I said that I didn't. It's just a really nice hairstyle. People pay really good money for this. All right, make me a little bit better.
Very well. And she gets up and she takes some herbs from some pot plants that are in the room. And she just picks petals off and begins chanting a spell and places her hand on your head. And you feel a bit lighter, as you now only have 2 points of exhaustion. And having a long rest will get you back down to 1. Well, is there anything else you needed from me today, Tom?
Oh, so much, but I don't got the time.
What does that mean?
Next time, Doc.
Okay. I'll see you next time, but that's not a good thing a doctor should be saying to you, because then you would come back in here more. So I hope I never see you again.
Well, now you're just being rude.
Bye, Tom. Nice to meet you.
Bye.
And in the waiting room, Miriam's looking at the large brass plaque that has all of the doctors' names on it, and she notices that it's actually Margaret Mann Doctor, Margaret Mann Cleric.
Margaret Mann Cleric the second.
The second.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And there's just a little portrait there, and you see, you see the striking resemblance
Oh, wow.
as Tom emerges from the doctor's office.
Cleo has
I pointed that to Cleo.
Cleo's been in the Cleo's been in the waiting room, bored, distracting another tabaxi who's waiting by casting light in different places on the wall and then making it disappear. And then watching the tabaxi just stare at the wall and be like, and then follow it around. Somewhat mildly amused.
Sorry?
She's somewhat mildly amused.
She's very abused. She's running around.
How did you go, Tom?
Oh, I don't want to talk about it. I'm a little bit better.
You look a little bit better. Yeah.
All right, let's go get your soul.
All right.
That sounds good.
As you leave Dr. Mann Cleric's office,
Yeah.
who is now a treasured character.
Yes.
That's right, Margaret's canon.
That's right. We worked her in.
Sorry, we worked her in. It's fine.
So you hop back into... I guess you don't really have Cleo carriage. You just appeared on Hot Dog Street.
How far were we from Miriam's place?
A couple of blocks,
Maybe
maybe?
a couple of blocks. It's walkable.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just walk.
We'll stop in and get some oat milk and
Oh yeah.
some other bits and pieces. I think I needed some eggs and a leek.
You have a leisurely stroll through downtown xan'moxie.
Yeah.
And do a
Go
bit of
into the
shopping.
egg shop.
Go to the
go
egg
into
shop.
the leek shop.
Yeah.
Well, these are all separate streets, of course.
And she pauses at one point, opening her wallet, realizing she doesn't have any money left.
I throw more flying calls at her.
She sort of catches them and like, oh, okay, there you go.
And you have a very nice, relaxed afternoon in xan'moxie. It's been quite some time since you've just had time to just do regular, normal things like buy groceries and go to the doctor.
Sometimes you just need it, you know.
Also to join the admin train then. In the meantime, I've been on my phone and I submitted my last year's financial tax return, which just consists of donations and $0 paid in tax.
Donations to charity, of course.
Yes.
As you're doing that, Cleo, you get a call from Moriel.
Hello.
Cleo!
Oh?
Where are you? I couldn't contact you before.
Oh, yes. I just had to nip out of the plane.
To where?
A different plane.
Very well. You realize it's a work day, right?
Yes, and I am working.
How's the case coming along?
Yes, it's we've built up quite a portfolio.
I looked into that list of witnesses that you all just yelled at me. They all seem to just be puns of existing actors.
Oh yeah, so it came up short?
Yes, not a single one of them were real witnesses. Do you have a case or not, Cleo?
The case is developing. It's based on defending against criticism.
And here, criticism is used to mean acts of
Criminality.
thievery,
Yes.
which have been very well documented.
Allegedly.
Very well. Remember, you only have 6 days.
Yes.
We're going to need a more solid case than this.
Yes, no, I'm working on...
And witnesses. Get me usable witnesses. And do you have any evidence that Tom didn't do it?
Well, that would be a moot point, because you can't have evidence of something that didn't happen.
Correct. Which is why you need a good case.
Are you trying to do a secret bar exam via phone call?
Well, it seems like you don't know the first thing about being a lawyer, do you, Cleo?
Excuse me, I recently tried to read a book and it was destroyed by a machine.
As all lawyers are wont to do. Very good. Well, keep me updated. But I believe in you. And you, Tom. I believe in the goodness of your heart.
Allegedly.
And I believe that you are good too.
I am the embodiment of justice.
That doesn't necessarily make you good.
Oh, Moriel, I was going to say I can't make next week's book club. I'm sorry.
Miriam! But book club is our thing. That's right. We hang out in our own time.
Yeah, no, I honestly, I've been up against the wall. There's been so many appointments this week.
I mean, I only really go because of you.
Oh, well,
To be honest, I kind of hate everyone else there.
Maybe you could start your own book club. That way you can choose books you like, hang out together, invite me.
oh, Tom, that's a lovely idea.
Well, it would be a bit unprofessional to invite you to my book club, Tom, because you are a client.
At the moment, but maybe after this is all settled, we could
Of course.
figure something. That sounds lovely. All right, well, we'll figure out. Maybe we can catch up for a coffee instead.
Very good.
Could I choose the book?
Yes, provided we go through next week with a solid case, prove your innocence, then we can start a book club and you can choose a book.
Because I've got one in mind, and I'd really like other people to read it too, and we could talk about it, you know?
We'll keep it in mind until we win that case.
Right. It'll be a good one.
Okay, we're hanging up now.
You know how sometimes people choose crappy ones.
I have other cases as well, you know. Goodbye, Cleo.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Ta-ta.
And you look up and you've walked to Miriam's apartment.
Before we go, I'm like, Miriam,
Yes.
I've noticed that every person in my life you seem to have made very close bonds with. There was my intern, which you later killed, but I remember you doing a verbal montage to me. And then there was my aunt, and now you're her roommate. And now there is my boss, and you are now in a book club.
I don't know. I just find you fascinating, Cleo. Like, we've known each other for so long, and I know very little about you. So I suppose I end up befriending the people who also know you in a hope to know you better.
I appreciate this gesture, but let's just make the slate clean. Who else do I know that you are also frequenting recently?
I think that's everyone. Okay, I promise I will not befriend any more of your immediate colleagues and associates. I'm sorry,
No, I mean you can. I just wanted to. I found the pattern and I
Sure.
acknowledged the pattern.
Absolutely. It's good to have boundaries.
Yes.
So
But-
book club's cool.
Book club is fine. I was actually going to suggest that the first book could be Introduction to Law.
Well, no, I wanted to choose the first book. I thought we had pretty good conversation about this. I've got a book in mind that I'd like to choose. I'd really like other people to read it.
And
then
I'm
I
opening
read
the front
it.
door.
And then we talk about it afterwards. You
As-
know?
Tamura just bursts through and just oh, Miriam, good. I'm leaving the house very quickly. I've had enough of those two. We should have had a discussion about this before you let them stay here. They've made the place absolutely filthy. And also you're back. Did you get my tea set back?
We are in the negotiations to get that tea set.
But you gave her the swords back, my only bargaining chip.
You know, it's a long game.
Well, will you be seeing her again soon?
Oh,
or-
very soon. We're only popping by here, actually. And we're going to take these two, and I point at Eugene and Liz Turn.
You look into your apartment and see that it is an absolute mess. They've had some, like, a food fight? It looks like.
These two.
Liz Turn is just, like, hanging from a necktie on a ceiling fan that is just rotating wildly.
I'm imagining him like singing like chandelier. Has anybody seen the like Elmo, like the TikTok thing where it's like that Elmo thing? There's like a drawing of Elmo with fire around it, like a really bad drawing.
Oh,
yeah,
that
yeah.
meme, yeah.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Oh my
Liz Turn's singing
God.
Chandelier, and Eugene's just in a soldier with your foot on the couch, just cheering him on. As Tamura just, good, get them out of here. I don't want to see them again. We can talk about it later.
Yes, of course.
And she storms off.
Oh, Miriam, you're back! And everyone else, hello.
What the hell is this?
We were just, Liz and I are just passing the time because we're bored.
Listen,
I'm going to swing.
don't you dare finish that.
And Liz Turn just like kicks a shoe off onto a switch to turn off the ceiling fan, and then just lets himself down.
Can I notice that I want to make the point in canon that the artist who performs that song is called See Ya Later? Carry on.
She performs after Sia.
Always, no matter where Sia is, if she plays, See Ya Later will perform after her.
Great.
So you're back. What? Did you get a lead on the whole soul thing? Because, well, we realized after you left that you kind of needed us to
Yeah.
go with you.
You know what? We realized the same thing.
And you just realized.
Listen, you know what? I just realized I need you out of my apartment as well, because this is a disaster.
We're just making ourselves at home, which is what you told us to do.
Well, in fairness, I don't actually remember the word home specifically. But also, we realized a while back, and it's actually taken us a bit of time to get here.
We
So-
went to the doctor's.
Yes.
It was a bit invasive.
So you've been doing your little daily errands while Eugene is at risk of fading away into the afterlife.
Well,
Yes.
are you done? Because we can go soon.
Yes, we've been ready this whole time. You should have left with us, is all I'm saying. Irresponsible.
Well, I feel like what you've done here is quite irresponsible too, isn't it?
We were doing what we were allowed.
Well, no. That's fine. I'm still a bit tired, so let's just get on with this.
It's been a big day.
I think we all need to take a long rest and think about our actions.
Except me, I haven't done anything wrong. Right, Miriam? Or did you want me to not forgive you for killing me?
I'm gonna make some tea. And she leaves and walks into the kitchen.
So, when do we leave? Did you talk to that necromancer?
Yes, in the morning.
Well, why don't we go now?
Well, why don't we do things when they are happening? Yes. You think about that. We need to sleep. That is also the answer to the question.
Fine. So you could have just come back tomorrow then.
No, because this is where the beds are.
Miriam, you're out of oat milk!
How do you even ingest that? And I bought some more.
Oh, I use it to shower.
You know what, Cleo? I was wondering if we could maybe stay at your apartments tonight.
Yes. It's okay, darling.
Thank
I
you.
understand you've been under a lot of pressure at work recently. I will handle the kids today.
Thank you, that would be great. Frankly, it's astonishing, seeing as I haven't been to work for almost a full week.
There are 3 of us in this relationship, yet 2 children are still incredibly difficult.
Miriam, you get a buzz in your scrying orb, and it's just the group chat for all of your coworkers, and someone's just posted like a little image of like, look, it's Miriam, and it's just like an image of an empty desk.
And then she angrily types back, "Joke's on you! I drank a very expensive invisibility potion and it won't wear off for another 59 minutes."
Several people are typing.
Ah!
Also, I'd like to establish that in this universe, when you are on a scrying orb, instead of seeing like the 3 dots that someone's writing, it just, like, if you have the sound on, you just hear tappy, 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 tappy.
Okay, great.
Fine. What do we need these 2 with us?
Yes, we should all go, and maybe I'll stay behind and clean up the apartment a little, and then I'll meet you there.
Yes, honestly, you should take better care of the place. This place is filthy.
Fine, I know exactly the bedroom, and I wink at both Tom and Miriam to put them in back at mine.
Great.
Don't know what that means, but that sounds good.
Can we do a cut too?
We can.
Yeah.
I've introduced Eugene and Listan, and I've gone, here is your bedroom, and like I open up a door, and they walk in, and it's just like a jail that I have in like the dungeon portion of my house, because I imagine all rich people would have like
Of course.
and it's so like they have like a bed, 2 beds of straw, like, and like one of those windows with bars in it.
Oh boy, this is so roomy. Why do you have a dungeon, Cleo?
Why don't I not? Good night.
Night. Joke's on you, we prefer this.
I am a hospitable host. Did you not think that I knew this? Did you think I was trying to punish you? If I was trying to punish you, I would put you in the cuddly toy room.
Ugh.
Exactly.
Thank you for your hospitality.
You're welcome.
So is there anything else you need to do today before you all have a short rest and meet back up again tomorrow in the morning?
Can we, before we use our planar key to get back to the bone zone, can we use the canister to refill our thing so we don't have to carry the canister around?
Well, because it's used a quarter of the tank to get back here, and
it fills
the
up
canister
half.
fills up half. So.
Okay, so never mind. We'll do it when we get there.
Mhm.
Can we also raid your mini bar in the carriage and get those potions? Because we may
We
need
can just
them.
make food. We can have the servants just make healing food, right?
Well, mechanically, no, but flavor-wise, yes. So you actually can't really take them away from the carriage.
Okay.
Okay, so we're doing a
So
long
we-
rest, which would heal us, right?
I was just thinking we could take the potions into Repairer with us.
Oh, you want
Yeah.
to create? Okay.
I mean, you can also buy potions. Cost 50 xan'moxie, going by base price.
so I
Maybe
can
you could buy 3.
So
for
yeah,
us.
you can buy 3 a day. If you
50.
have-
Oh yeah, I buy 3,
yeah, you buy
and
3
then-
lesser healing potions.
and then I can buy 3 more in the morning.
Good thinking.
Watch out.
But obviously, in the universe, I would just buy 6 at once.
Of course. Or like you could also just like maybe you. This is how you represent you like filling up bottles from your carriage supply. But else you have 6 lesser healing potions. Was there anything else? In the morning, it'll be 5 days till Tom's trial.
Then I spend the evening in my reading room, reading about law.
It's like you're still learning what law is.
Law, what is it?
I
How
still
to
have
defend.
no
Good
clue.
for.
See, Cleo in universe is very smart. AJ playing Cleo outside of universe doesn't, funny enough, understand the law of xan'moxie.
I mean, lore of xan'moxie is kind of just like up to you. Like, if you can leverage an argument that is
Like,
But I don't know what their basis is. So it's kind of have to be in the moment, right?
Well, I mean, the basis is that Tom has stolen from all of these different places.
Allegedly.
Which obviously is a crime because stealing is a crime. But then also,
Allegedly.
I think there's also a charge about like running an illegal business, like funded through illegal means. So those are the two major charges. But like,
But then they're like, I would be countering the evidence for those, which
Correct.
I don't know.
roll me an investigation check as you spend your evenings studying.
Studying. 11. Not the best, not the worst. Statistically, even.
I'll give you for an 11. I'll give you like a crumb. You're just doing research that night. You just notice there's a lot of murder lately
Just in the world.
in xan'moxie.
Hmm.
There's just more murder than usual. Just a
Okay.
lot of stories about people being found dead. Maybe another investigation check. See if I give you an additional detail.
16.
All of them dead by drowning.
Oh. And okay, so I write a list of these names that I won't go into now. But I take note of all the names.
Can you imagine
And the
if they were
location.
all of the names that we just made up as witnesses?
Potato Blanchette.
Potato Blanchette.
She's dead.
Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, you've got this list of names. Is anyone else doing anything in the evening? Or I think it takes the rest of the evening to clean up. But you get looking pretty good by the time Tamura gets back.
Yeah.
Just hang out.
Yeah.
Is there like I went with you? Yeah.
Yes, you're in. Well, we're all at my manor.
Oh, yeah.
Just,
yeah.
Miriam just came later.
I'll come later in the evening, but I'll make a potato and leek soup with a post-it that says "I'm sorry" on it, and I'll leave it on the stove. Well, not like this. Like the soup is off, but it's on the stove. Let's be clear: I do not light my apartment on fire.
The soup isn't off. The soup is
I-
edible.
The soup is edible. I did not burn down my personal gym.
Is there a like
Yeah.
you've got a dungeon room? Do you have like a room where all the like boxes go and you buy new things?
It doesn't actually have a box room, but the recycling room has cardboard boxes in it by default of being a recycling room.
So Tom
There's like
sleeps in the
6
box wing.
different boxes though, and so he just like tries them all first
Yeah.
until he gets to the smallest one, and like
Yeah.
he just
Till you get to that critical fits-sits ratio.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yep, so you all sleep in Cleo's expansive manor with Liz Turn and Eugene in the dungeon. And it's the next day. Cleo goes off and buys those healing potions, and Tom, you have only 1 unit of exhaustion. So you just have disadvantage on ability checks. Yeah, but not attack rolls and saving throws, which would be a lot worse. If you're not doing anything else, you can just head on over to the Bone Zone.
Hang on, I had a thought. Cleo, how's the investigation going?
I have noticed something quite interesting last night.
Hmm.
People are drowning in salt water.
Interesting. And how many people? Is it like a number of them or?
I would say about 8.
Well, you know, we have a person on the beat who might be able to look into things while we're out of town.
Maybe I'll give them a call on a secure line.
Sure. We're, of course, talking about the captain of the Vanguard.
No, I was talking about the mushroom fella.
Oh, okay. Well,
No, the tree fella. The mushroom woman is now in Repera.
This list of names, did you show it to people at all, or are you just talking about it?
I went through it.
Okay, but
we can do it over breakfast if you want.
Yeah.
or just if you bring, because you can just go talk to Mathis or Deadwood if you want. But whether or not you do anything with the list or just talking about it is fine. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Is it fine? Whatever. It
It
feels
is fine.
like
Whatever.
it's
If you're just talking
going
about
to
it, then
be-
yeah. What do you want to do?
I text Matthias.
Mathis. Yeah.
Mathis Grimley, the captain of the Vanguard. He texts
Been a
back
while.
saying, "Yeah, what? What up, Cleo? Sorry, didn't mean that way. How can I help you?"
These names, and I send the names.
Yes.
They are very interesting, though. Somehow it manages to get tonality across in a text message.
Mathis just calls you.
Oh, that would be easier. Hello?
Cleo, I'm literally piloting an airship right now. What? What is it? No, sorry. How are you today? Have you been well? It is me, your good friend, Mathis Grimley, asking you, my friend, how you are.
I am good. How are you?
Terrible! Bunch of people are dying.
Yes, I noticed the names I sent you.
Yeah, just a bunch of people just showing up in places drowned. Far from the harbor, mind you. They're just drowned.
It seems incredibly suspicious, and I think I may know why.
Well, if you have anything you could tell us, we'd be very grateful, because if you haven't noticed, we're quite incompetent.
Well, it is in your company insignia. Incompetency.
Dominus, trust us, not us.
Don't just trust.
Yes, we don't get anything done. Anyway, if you have anything that could help with this ongoing murder investigation, we've only just decided at number 8 that this could be related to each other. We thought people were just dying. Yeah, what do you think? What's your theory?
You know, I was briefly running investigative services as a part-time hobby. Remember? Way back.
Were you?
Yes, remember there was a brief period where we were helping solve crimes and mysteries in the city.
Well, helping is an interesting word, because it sounds like weren't you just doing that so you wouldn't have to go to jail?
And then my point is that I am continuing to do this of the generosity of my estate. Could you please run some let's say connection networking checks on a Tom?
Allegedly.
What, the Tomcat guy?
Yes.
I don't know what you're gonna... Holy moly.
Holy moly! I think they ran the putt-putt center. Did they die too?
Cleo, shut up. These are all people... These people who have died were all people that Tomcat stole from.
What?
They were gonna probably testify against him in the trial next week. Whoa, you've blown this wide open. I'm gonna tell everyone. And he hangs up.
I text him. Don't tell everyone, you idiot. That's not legal. You tell everybody, and I'll tell everybody that you leaked information to someone who wasn't in the police force.
There's no reply.
Stop it! You're trying to extort him.
And then moments later, you all get buzzes on your scrying orbs. Breaking news. Like 8 dead linked to Tomcat case.
Allegedly. They haven't written allegedly.
Tom,
Can we sue them for defamation?
I feel like I may understand what is happening.
I don't.
You have one person in this entire universe who is, let's say, invested in your freedom for the basis of establishing a restaurant in the city, no?
Oh, I forgot about that, but yes, I do.
I feel like we may have unintentionally created an ally whose job it is unintentionally killing the witnesses.
Well, that sounds like a good thing for me, yeah?
Yes and no. It's kind of complicated if this is true, because it looks like you're guiltier now.
Oh, but allegedly, did they forget about the allegedly bit?
I suppose things are accelerating if there are now 8 bodies also connected to you.
Yes.
But I didn't do that.
No, but maybe someone did in your name?
And you are dripping in seawater, and they drowned in seawater.
And there is a flash of brilliant, radiant energy as Moriel appears in her humanoid avatar. So just like a brilliant power suit with a floating golden eye with wings just lands on top of the table that you're on. What is happening?
Tom, did you murder 8 people?
No, I actually didn't.
Did you take advantage of the goodwill that I bestowed upon you by assuming that you had best intentions and you've been killing witnesses?
No.
Actually, no.
No, I actually didn't
Tom
do
is
that.
innocent, allegedly. No,
No,
sorry,
no,
actually
I am innocent.
And somehow Cleo figured it out by doing her job.
Turns out
I
she's
don't want the
actually all right
promotion
at
or
it.
anything, but I
And Moriel just realizes she's like 1 foot in like 2 different cereal bowls. She just steps down and takes a seat. So if you just didn't do any digging, it would have been fine, and we wouldn't have. Because this is bad, Cleo.
Yes, I understand, but I remember a certain phone call yesterday about the case, and you had to start bringing the case, and so I started doing the case, and now look what happens when you get me to do my job.
Yeah, maybe you're not the best employee.
Excuse me?
I think maybe next time we call the chief of police, we don't drop Tom's name and find out what crime he's committed.
I mean, I agree, but also it feels a little too
Oh,
late.
actually, no. This is very good.
No, it's not.
No,
This
is
is very
good.
bad.
No, listen to me. I know about deviant law. And trust me, I've been around some crooked offices in my time. This leak coming from the offices jeopardizes the evidence before the court case, therefore making it dismissible in court.
You may be onto something.
Yes, so the stupidity of matters grimly, and Miriam can attest to the length of stupidity of this man in general. But yes, I think he may have let the dogs out too early, and now we have a case to dismiss that evidence in court.
While you may have a point, if they keep investigating, these 8 people linked to your thefts, who have been killed with
Allegedly.
the very same liquid that floods from your pores.
That's not my fault that it floods.
Whose fault is that?
It's the witchy woman from the sea.
The what?
The witchy. Wait. Oh, nothing.
Tom's been cursed by a sea witch.
I don't think we were meant to.
Oh.
No, I don't judge unless it's. Well, it sounds like it's negatively impacting the case. Cleo, you're right about the acquittal. But if these murders continue to be linked to Tom, if he's charged with it, then, well, we don't have a case.
Well, I mean, there is a law firm based in hell that is actively seeking for Tom to be found guilty. I think the evidence for us is also equal evidence against them. Who else would seek to gain by framing Tom for murders?
Well, if you can get evidence that Warlock and Warlock are trying to frame Tom.
Yes, but first we have to just quickly jump into another plane.
What? There's no time.
Something about my left foot. Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
You can't just say goodbye. I'm physically here.
Well, we will walk away from you. Bye.
But
Where
I want to
am I?
finish my
You're
cereal.
in my house. Please
Well-
close the door behind you.
Fine.
Wait, we need Liz's turn and your foot.
Oh, yes, we'll do this in the jail.
Cleo, I don't pay you. How do you afford to live here?
And I just walk away. Money.
Cleo, I'm lost. Your house is labyrinthine.
You can teleport.
And you grab Liz Turn and Eugene from your dungeon.
Yes.
And you're standing there holding the compacted roof drive engine. So, are we finally going?
Yes.
So this is going to be a quick in and out. We'll just get a body and then we'll never have to see each other again.
No. And then she presses Bone Zone. Or she types in Bone Zone. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
We swipe it.
We'll figure it out.
Every time we
Over
do it,
time.
it's a different way to like activate the console.
Start talking.
It's
at
got
it.
one of those early 2000s ball mouses.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the drawbacks you could have rolled. Puzzling.
Puzzling.
It's just a riddle puzzle every time you try to
Oh,
activate
no.
it.
Oh gosh. I'm
glad we didn't
Yeah,
add
that would have been fun.
Yes, you activate the rift drive engine as the black cubes begin to circle around you, and you are teleported once again to the Bone Zone. Just outside the palace, in the field of discarded bones, as skeletons rise up from these discarded bones, initially to attack you, and then they see who you are, and then they just
And there's a moment we're like,
and they just collapse again. And you're like, aww.
Aw.
As the doors just fly open into the palace.
Okay, let's head on in.
I grab the jar with my foot in it.
You grab the jar that Eugene is also in. And,
Oh boy, I can't wait to have a party again.
Yes, about that. Distractions.
Where? We're just walking along this long corridor.
Is BB inside?
You walk up closer to the throne room, and there is just a podium off to the side where BB's skull is sitting on.
Ah, welcome back.
I think I found the solution, Eugene.
No, we just made this friend.
Fine, I grab another skull. Is there any other more skulls?
Yeah, I mean, there are skulls way outside the Bone Palace. Maybe some of them blew in through the wind, and the skull just rolls by you.
Is it like a there's like, oh, what are they called? The
Tumbleweed?
tumbleweed. Yeah.
Tumble skull.
Tumble skull. Tumble skull.
I mean, that's a start, but like, I need a whole body, and preferably with flesh, and preferably a pseudo dragon.
Yes,
You're
we'll
very
work on that
picky.
bit.
I'd still love you if you didn't have that body, that rockin' bod that I love.
This is getting weird.
You two have something very special that may need to be studied by science.
Okay, bye! As you walk past BB toward the throne room.
Bye, BB.
Ain't gonna ask why I don't have a body? Don't worry. Have fun.
No,
Big
I
day today.
I assume it's coming back.
No, it's fine. And you walk into the throne room.
You're late.
Is the Escavian tea set anywhere within eyesight?
You don't see it, no.
Okay.
You see Lady Madam wearing some intimidating-looking bone armor, wielding her signature warhammer. She's just putting a helmet on as Callisto, Flapdragon, and Snapdragon are hanging around, helping her. As you see Lilya on her throne with a whole army of undead soldiers in formation before her.
Sorry about that, there was a slight delay.
You should have informed me if there were any delays. Our success demands your cooperation.
Yes, speaking of cooperation, I believe you may own a Escavian tea set, which your ex had here, and I was supposed to bring it back the first time. Anyway, I completely forgot. I feel a bit weird about it all, but I thought maybe I could get that sent back to her.
Very well. She's returned the swords.
Yes, I left them here in the hall yesterday, next to the drift drive key.
Then you are free to take the tea set. Although I would implore her to come get them herself, instead of sending her minions to do her dirty work.
Why do you want to see her?
I want nothing to do with her.
Well, then
I'm
if
very
she came
happy.
here, and if she picked it up, then you'd have to see her, wouldn't you?
I simply think she deserves to give me the respect that I am due by picking it up in person instead of sending a messenger.
Sure, but you just said you don't want to see her, so wouldn't it be
You know what?
better to-
It's great that we all have feelings. And I would love to take it back, and I'm sure we can figure out a meetup sometime in the future.
Come on, babe. I think you should just give it to him. And Lily doesn't say anything.
Anywho.
Where is your soul?
No, it's in this jar next to the soul of this pseudo-dragon.
Bring it to me.
As the soldiers part and lead you toward the bone throne.
Should probably mention something about Eugene in the body.
I'll do it last minute as an addendum.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get a new buddy as well, right?
Yes, look at that skull.
This was not in the arrangement. You never mentioned a body.
Well, actually, to be honest, we actually kind of forgot about that. But it would be nice. But also, you don't have to. We can search for this poor soul's body somewhere else. It's such an unfortunate case, a hard-working, up-and-coming thing.
They are very loyal Goonies, I will say that.
No, you have to give him a body. That was part of the deal. You can't just change the deal at the last second. That'd be very evil of you. It's what I was planning to do to you, honestly, if roles had been reversed.
The what?
Nothing.
No, I just want the foot, and you can put him inside the skull.
I mean, I kind of want like a whole flesh body. Can't you do something like a little better? Just talk to her. She's kind of scary.
Okay. Your Highness. And then I do a weird half bow. I'm unsure of the cultural norms of this realm.
She nods.
This pseudo dragon soul. Do you have any fun bodies that you would find it entertaining to please your majesty to place it into?
Why should I give this disgusting worm a body?
No, they are a brilliant intern. They fetch the bestest of coffees from any plane. They have a funny accent, and they also say things like,
Will I get a promotion?
it makes you laugh a lot.
I have enough laughter in my palace. The appropriate amount of laughter.
And there's just silence. It's just one of those montages down every hall. Just like droplets of water.
A tumble skull goes past.
If you wish to have a body, then you must fight. I'm waging a war, am I not?
Oh, I was confused. Okay.
What? Fight? Like fight a legal case? Because I'm, a lawyer?
Yes, it's a legal case with physical ramifications.
Oh boy, I've read about those.
Okay. I will hold on to Eugene until we find a better body. Could you put my foot back inside of me now?
Nonsense, I've got just the thing.
And she motions to her left as doors swing open, as a group of skeletons are carrying a large palanquin over their shoulders into the throne room.
A whom?
A palanquin is like a raised dais?
Yeah, like
Right?
a king
Pharaoh
chair.
or something.
Yeah,
King chair, yeah.
Oh, okay.
a king chair. What got poles to hold?
Thank you, Snapdragon.
Like pallbearers, but
Yes.
they're
But
carrying a chair.
alive.
Yeah.
So you see some undead soldiers carrying a menacing looking palanquin as they put it on the ground and remove the coverings, and you see a very large four-armed undead monstrosity that appears to be unconscious. It looks like it's stitched together from various parts of horrible monsters and things. And it's just slumped over.
This shall do nicely.
Yes, Eugene, you said you wanted flesh on your body.
I mean, it's an upgrade, I guess.
Think about it. That's 4 limbs.
In a way, it's like you're renting an apartment, and at some point you could move out, maybe.
If you survive the coming battle, you are free to keep it. I can make more.
Oh, that's very nice. Okay, can we get this over and done with then?
Let's soul it up.
Approach me with the soul and the foot.
I just hop whilst carrying the souls.
As you begin ascending the steps to the bone throne, of which there are many, it takes you quite some time, and you're right before Lilya.
Nearly there.
I've seen her fly.
As she removes the lid from the soul lantern, as Eugene flies out immediately, now exposed to the air, and just begins rocketing around the room, as Lilya just throws her arm out as Eugene stops, and she twists her hand into a strong wrenching motion as Eugene is pulled into this undead monster. And there are wisps of glowing energy emanating from it, as then the head of this monster looks up and opens glowing eyes.
Oh, I mean, this isn't so bad.
Oh, God.
You look really hot, babe. Yeah, I mean, I could go to like this.
Next.
Oh, and then I just hold my foot up.
And she grabs your ankle and just reaches into the soul lantern and just picks up your foot, and it looks much like sloppier than it should be. And she just slaps it onto your foot and motions her hand over it as you feel like you are becoming whole again. And you've become so whole that you get a level up.
Oh!
And everyone gets a level up.
Oh!
Oh, that is unfair. I should get 2 level ups.
You really should have
yell.
leveled up when you got out of hell, but I
And then
forgot.
Tom and I look down. We've got extra feet.
Now we have to find a Legromancer. Yay!
Oh, that's exciting. That's exciting.
Was there anything else?
No, I think I'm pretty good.
Then prepare yourselves. We shall soon assault Repara.
Wasn't that a thrilling conclusion? Join us next time for another riveting installment of Dungeons and Drag Quiz! Dungeons and Drag Quiz is a production of Cleo and the Queens. For more information, head to thequeens.com.au. That's the kwqueens.com.au. The City of xan'moxie is written and run by the DM up in your DMs, Pete Distapan. The sultry voice of Cleo Fallcharges was none other than AJ Lamarck. Ranger Park Ranger Miriam Gargoyles was, of course, Jack Gorman. The terrific tones of Tomcat provided courtesy of Candace Gallimore. Titles, credits, and additional writing performed by the disembodied voice of Ryan James Pearson. And a special thanks to Danny Johnstone of D Johnstone Music for the D&DQ theme song. Follow D&DQ AU on Twitter and Facebook to stay up to date with the latest D&DQ news. That's all for now. Until next time, the City of xan'moxie bids you adieu.